Alright guys, this is the video for 7.3 on modeling, and we did this on the yellow calculators, but obviously we don't have access to those anymore, so there are notes on the remediation sheet that's on my class files, so go check that out as well. But here's a very quick example on how you can actually do this stuff. So first of all, you're going to click on the plus at the top, and it'll let you select a table. And then you just type in the values how you've always used to type them in. So I'm just going to make up something super quick here. 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever your numbers are. And I'm going to go with 2, 5, 10, and then I'm going to go 18 for my last one. Now, as you see on the graph here, there's just the 1 point here, mainly because everything's zoomed out too far. So 2, 5 is a little off the top of the screen here. So you might have to play around with the plus and minus on the side here. And then you can zoom in to see exactly what's going on. So this kind of looks straight-ish, but it kind of to me looks more like a curved shape. So I'm going to want to do my quadratic regression. Now, to do my quadratic regression, it's a little different than what we did before. We used to push several buttons to do this. So you're going to type in y, and you have to type in the number 1 as well. Now, when you type in the 1, notice it comes down as a subscript. And instead of putting equals, you have to press the tilde symbol, which is just to the left of 1, and you have to press shift at the same time. So shift and 1 gets you that little tilde sign. And then as we think it's quadratic, we think it starts with x squared. We have to put in ax squared. And it's the same a that we used to use for the a, b, and c when we did the quadratic formula. Now, to get the squared, you can either go down into the keyboard options, or you can press shift and 6, and then press a 2, and then that puts in the squared there for you. Press the right arrow key, and it takes you back again. And we also want to figure out how many x's there are as well. And we also figure out what the c part is before. So as you're typing this in, and you can still see there's an error here. And the reason there's the error here is I've actually forgot something as well. When I typed in y1, you have to do the same with x as well. Now it does tell you on your table here that you got x1 and y1. So when you're typing in these, you also have to remember to put in the ones. So ax1 and bx1. And then now you can see this actually does this perfectly, and it gives you your numbers here. So a, b, and c are just like you did before, so just substitute them into the formula. So if it asked you to do this, the equation would be 1.25x squared plus 1.75x minus 0.95. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to type that into the next line. Let me get that typed in. So y equals, and the reason I'm going to do this is sometimes you've got to make those predictions as well. So I'm just going to look to see what happens with that. Once again, the squared, you can either press shift and 6, or you can go into the keyboard to find it. B was negative 0.95, so minus 0.95x. And C is 1.75, so plus 1.75. And then if I type that, you can actually see that it draws the graph in for me, so I can see what it actually looks like. Now, I'm actually going to get rid of the original table and everything else that I had. So now literally all I have is that equation that's actually drawn. Now if we're asked to substitute in a particular value, I can just type in the value that I want now. So if I want to know 10, I can just type in x equals 10. Now when I do that, look what happens on the graph. It draws that vertical line in at that point. Now if I want to find out what the answer is at x equals 10, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom out until I can see where it intersects. And if I click on that point, it will actually tell me what the answer is exactly. So at 10, the value is 117.25. Or if you really want to, you can go back and you can put 1.25 times 10 squared minus 0.95 times 10 plus 1.75. So that's how you're going to do the questions using Desmos. Once again, if you use the remediation sheet, it is a reminder of all the steps that you're going to use when you actually do these questions. And if you go and look in the original YouTube video for the pretest, you should go back and practice those questions, but using this method to make sure that you can answer those. Good luck, guys. Stay safe, and we'll be testing the week of April 20th through April 23rd if you're looking to raise your grades Unit 6 or Unit 7. As the email said today, though, you've got to send me evidence that you've actually looked at the remediation, either by doing the remediation sheet or by using the YouTube tutorial. And any questions, just go ahead and email me.